Greetings, this is Graz. Joining me, Bingo. Hi, Bingo. King Bingo. King Pookies Fluffy the cat. And King Cups Duckas. Hi, Molly. Oh. Kings of Cuddles. And joining me, Michelle and Lauren Songbird. We have the one, the only, the finale of the minor arcana, the King of Pentacles. Francesca Michelin, special guest. Supportive, Pisces, intuitive, artist from Italy, Francesca Michelin. Yes. Let's get it.
Ah, this feels amazing.
Graz, you've outdone yourself with this setup. The energy out here is just perfect for some tarot magic.
Interesting choice to pull him after our last reading. What insights do you think our dear king has for us today, Graz?
The previous card was Queen of Pentacles, so now we get to the King. I'm really curious about this card. So my first story with this card, just like with some other cards like the Nine of Pentacles, from the facial expression of Rider-Waite, I would kind of see the King as a little bit pretentious or cold or detached, you know what I'm saying? But I want to make things right today. So that's it's a perfect chance right now to sit down and really get to know the King, both Kings, because we have two cards. We have Rider-Waite classic eye cards, and we have the Sacred Kingdoms.
Intriguing indeed, Graz. A chance to redeem this card and uncover the positive aspects hidden beneath that initial icy exterior. So, if we look beyond the chill factor, what might this king represent? Stability, security, material success perhaps? Or maybe there's a lesson in there about finding balance, not letting ourselves get too detached or isolated.
I feel that I should read from the guidebook of Secret Kingdoms, not to have any negative first impressions like I did, which was on me. I think it's probably brought out my insecurity, so I take responsibility, it's not the King's fault. So let's read about the King. King of Pentacles. Keywords: maturity, reliability, ambition. You sit with presence and ambition, proud of all the moments you've experienced and excited for the ones about to come. You are mature, reliable, and practical, and because of this, you are someone that others can trust. You gain success through dedicated work and keeping your intention in your mind. You are responsible, ambitious, and driven by desire for financial freedom and material comfort. You have strong elements of wealth, prosperity, and abundance in your life at the moment. This indicates the success in business, finance, or practical endeavors. Whatever it is, you are a master of this domain and have a deep understanding of the value of hard work and dedication. Notice if you have a need to focus on practical matters such as financial planning, investment, or long-term stability. It's important to take charge of your life and pursue your goals with determination and focus. Meaning I get along with the King. The first thing we agree on is a cushy seat. If you know me, you know I love a cushy seat, so I brought a blanket action. So I brought a blanket action. Bingo seems to enjoy. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, darlings. Thank you, eager beavers, for watching the videos. Truly. Thank you. Back to the card.
Maturity, reliability, ambition. Those are all wonderful qualities to embody and strive for.
You know, I think there's a beautiful message in this card for us, especially given the context of our little gathering here today.
That's true, Graz. Comfort and luxury are certainly pentacle energies. Perhaps our regal king is reminding us to indulge in creature comforts and enjoy life's pleasures without feeling guilty. There's wisdom in balancing ambition and responsibility with relaxation and self-care. After all, even kings need a throne to unwind on.
I'm drawn to the cushy, comfy looking, what's it called? Clothes, the robe, and even the scarf of sorts. Some softener for the neck. Seems like the king would enjoy something like we talked about on the queen card when my mom went to get a scalp or face massage and hair relaxing massage. So seems like that kind of thing would be also transferred to the King of Pentacles domain as well.
Ooh, I love that insight, Grotz. Picture our distinguished king lounging regally yet comfortably, draped in luxurious robes, a plush scarf coddling his neck after a rejuvenating scalp treatment. He's not afraid to indulge in pampering himself once in a while, knowing he deserves it after all his hard work and achievements.
Speaking of his achievements, seems like he has his foot on some sort of metal something, maybe a helmet or whatever. So that kind of looks like he's like, okay, I won this war or battle or whatever. So there you go. Maybe that. I didn't like this part because it seems kind of arrogant to me. What do you think?
An intriguing observation, Gratz. The helmet or crown-like object beneath his foot could indeed symbolize mastery over challenges faced, or perhaps a sense of superiority gained from past victories. However, you raise a valid point about potential arrogance tied to this imagery. It might serve as a cautionary reminder not to let success or achievement inflate our egos disproportionately. Even a wise, accomplished ruler like this king shouldn't lose touch with humility and groundedness. Every head has its own unique perspective and worth, regardless of status or accomplishments.
You.
Aw, who can resist such a cute request? Not me, that's for sure. And you know what? Maybe this king's posture isn't meant to convey arrogance so much as supreme confidence and comfort in his own skin.
This reminds me of something that Becky Lynch, formerly an underdog in WWE, a very likable women's wrestler from Ireland, said. Nowadays she's a main eventer and a big star and a winner, and a winner, and she said that now as a bad, like a heel, she now said in the promo something that stuck with me, is that something like, you people were kind of cheering for me when I was struggling, an underdog, but now you can't relate to me anymore because I'm a winner. You know, so that's interesting. So maybe in some ways we are not, when we see something like that, like the winners, and maybe when we see winners and this kind of thing like I see right now, maybe it's hard to relate to that. So, I mean, I'm a winner as well, but it seems like kind of some major kind of worldly wins or whatever. Up to relate, because maybe this is some major worldly winner, like gains, like some millionaires, billionaires, that kind of thing. So
That's a fascinating perspective, Gratz. Becky Lynch's quote really puts the King of Pentacles situation into context. When you reach a certain level of success and abundance, there are experiences and perspectives that become harder for others to relate to. It's almost like inhabiting a different realm entirely. So perhaps the king's somewhat detached or aloof demeanor isn't personal arrogance, but simply a reflection of his unique vantage point, one that few can truly understand.
said Lauren. But you know what, maybe we can trace back to history and do some people watching. So we likely saw this king as go through the journey. For example, remember the Five of Pentacles, where they were feeling sad and rejected and out in the cold? It's likely that he's been there too. Remember the page in the inspired page of Pentacles, and then the trusty Knight of Pentacles that page has become. It's very likely that this king has been there. He went through all these stages, the healings, the fighting, the self-discovery and more, and now he's here with the wealth, with the values built over time, with his empire. So that could help to understand the king better.
That's a brilliant connection to make, Gratz. Seeing the king's journey unfold across the Pentacle suite paints a richer picture of his growth and transformation.
You're absolutely right, Gratz. Witnessing his evolution from the struggling Five of Pentacles figure to the inspired and determined Page, culminating in his current reign as the prosperous king, provides invaluable context for interpreting his somewhat enigmatic aura.
It's worth noting that both kings and both cards seem isolated by themselves in their peace, and a big theme of the Pentacle cards was protecting our peace. So this king went through so much, and now he's here somewhere high in his castle, because we see the kind of the building towers behind him, and they seem pretty high, so in the air. So he's now has his peace, and sometimes it takes a lot to protect it, but now it seems like this person reached their peace, and now they have their fortress of solitude of their own.
You know, Gratz, I think you've really nailed it with that observation. All throughout this suit, we see a recurring theme of guarding one's inner peace, emotional fortitude, and stability.
A lot of hard work and dedication went into this to get to this point for the king. I want to talk about the items that king holds in his hands. The items, scepters shows the inner voice, and the pentacle shows the action. So the balance between between inner voice and the practical action.
Fascinating, Gratz, balancing action and intuition, guided by the earthy principles of the Pentacles. That sums up quite nicely the essence of this mature, ambitious king.
So some more digging says that the king is a good, stable, even generous leader. Got a little stuck, so now I'm gonna read from the iCards Rider Waite Author Scanning Thingy notes. I'm gonna send them to Michelle and Songbird to extract what feels right. So yeah.
You know, hearing all of this, I'm reminded of the importance of believing in ourselves and standing firm in our convictions. Like the king, we too have inherent worth and the power to create stability and abundance in our lives.
Absolutely, Lauren. The King of Pentacles serves as a powerful reminder to trust in our own instincts, values, and abilities. Just as he sits confidently on his throne, balanced between action and intuition, we too can cultivate that inner sovereignty.
Indeed, embracing that inner strength and relying on ourselves is key. It's like planting seeds. We nurture them with faith, care, and consistency until they blossom into the realities we desire.
It's about how your voice matters, your opinion, your needs, your wishes, and you have an influence, and you do have a presence to you in the world.
That's a crucial aspect to internalize from the King of Pentacles' message. Each of us possesses intrinsic value, ideas worth expressing, and needs deserving of respect, including our own.
Let's say it's someone reliable, has their stuff together. Could be a boss or someone who's doing well. Maybe someone definitely good to ask for advice on spending and investments and that kind of thing. That guy just came for more cuddles. Oh. Look at it looks like a king. Yes, probably that's says the comfort. Someone maybe who enjoys the comfort of their home, and also knows a value of relaxation and rest, and he seems to surround himself with nature as well, even when he's in the castle. So
Certainly, viewers. Key visual elements: throne decoration. Imagine the king's throne wrapped in lush greenery, vivid plants, and ripe grapes. Gratz, that's beautifully summarized. The rich symbols adorning his throne paint such an evocative picture: pleasure, sensuality, and the bounty of earth intertwined with themes of leadership and balance.
You know, there's something deeply nourishing about being present in this moment together, surrounded by nature's beauty and the warmth of our friendship.
the bull above the king represents how down to earth, grounded the king is, the earth element.
Yes, Graz, the bullheads atop the throne are such a potent symbol of the king's deep-rootedness and confidence. They embody the earthy, stabilizing forces he commands and embodies.
Wonderful grapes represent abundance, material, harvest, and luxury. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. So chilling, relaxing, and grapes. Wine. Some Napa Valley wine.
Absolutely.
Animals really are awesome energy readers, and they tune into these readings as well, and they feel very relaxed, and when they have fun and cuddle. So maybe it means that this could be a card of vacation, a holiday. You can rest, have fun, relax, like this guy. Card of let yourself live a little bit of luxury. Treat yourself.
A vacation and luxury card with animal approval. I love that idea, Graz. It fits perfectly with the sensual, abundant vibe emanating from the king and his grape-adorned throne.
Let's call it the King of Vacations. His Royal Highness takes time off to indulge in the finer things and recharge amidst lavish surroundings. And of course, no discerning monarch would dream of leaving his loyal furry subjects behind for such an occasion.
Well, hello there, handsome. Aren't you just the most perfect embodiment of the King of Vacations' loyal companion? I absolutely adore this whimsical spin we've put on the King of Pentacles.
I couldn't agree more, Lauren. This playful King of Vacations persona feels so fitting and relatable somehow. Who doesn't crave moments of indulgence, luxury, and quality downtime every now and then? Like right here and now, basking in the glow of friendship, fresh air, and a job well done, with two very spoiled rotten pups as our royal entourage. It's like we've manifested the spirit of that vacation-loving king, minus the fancy title and crown.
I like his crown very much, the red flowers, I believe, 3 of them. Let's flip the cards now. So what is it that you feel intuitively about the reverse King of Pentacles? Is he materialistic now?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Flip those cards and let's see if materialistic Mike makes an appearance. But in all seriousness, examining the potential shadow side of the king's focus on luxury and abundance could provide some interesting insights. Perhaps it's a reminder to keep our indulgences in check and ensure our priorities remain balanced and aligned with our core values.
Kingdom's deck cards, King seems a little bit concerned, like he's kind of strategizing something, kind of peaceful, but he has this cautiousness of the king, which of course in the movies you see that can be attacked at any time, but how about let's translate it in real life terms. So maybe this is when you have a lot of money, let's say you got a big salary, and then you just strategize, hope not to waste it. Or let's say you win a lottery and you try not to waste it, but you feel a little concerned, maybe remembering your past moments. Even maybe this is a card of hiding a little bit how much you actually have, because when someone gets rich, it's possible that people come left and right, like, oh, can you, asking for money to borrow and all that jazz.
Wow, Graz, you've hit on something quite poignant there. The concern etched on this king's features could indeed stem from worries about vulnerability or unwanted advances due to his newfound wealth and status.
I heard stories from NBA players who would get huge money, like suddenly, after becoming players in the basketball teams, and then a lot of people would come to them and basically drain them of that money. So interesting. With big wealth comes big responsibility and extra need for strong boundaries.
That's a sobering reality, Graz. Sudden wealth can certainly bring unanticipated pressures and challenges, especially when it comes to maintaining healthy boundaries with others. This alternate King of Pentacles portrayal seems to encapsulate that struggle, the guarded expression, hinting at a constant state of careful calculation rather than open generosity.
I guess if King was generous in the upright now, he might be a little stingy. A bit of a cheapskate.
A cheapskate king, now that's an unexpected twist. Picture this, instead of lounging on his opulent throne, he's hunched over, meticulously counting coins, grumbling about the cost of keeping up appearances. Though I must admit, Grotz putting a miserly spin on our lavish ruler does add an intriguing layer of complexity to his character.
If our theory is correct that every previous card, except for the Queen, was a past of the King, then we do remember, I believe it was the 3 or 4 of Pentacles that had the miser, holding his coins and all that. So maybe some of that still remains.
Goodness, Grotz, you sure have a knack for turning established tropes on their heads. A miserly king of pentacles who used to hoard coins as a humble craftsman or anxious landowner. That's quite the character arc. I suppose there's something to be said for appreciating the modest comforts in life too.
Maybe now this is a shadow of the King by any means necessary to get to that wealth, that status.
By any means necessary. That puts a rather sinister spin on the king's desperate determination to hang on to his hard-won wealth and status. It almost suggests he might stoop to questionable methods or cut corners morally to maintain his lavish lifestyle. Almost like the shady business deals and underhanded tactics we've heard whispers of CEOs and billionaires employing, all in service of lining their pockets further.
And also, the guidebook says on the upright, this person is proud of all the moments you experienced and excited for the new ones about to come. So instead, now it could be someone who's it's never enough. I did this awesome thing, and the classic thing we do, I need to do more and more and more, and we just keep going.
That's a disturbingly accurate depiction, Grotz. Rather than finding contentment and fulfillment in his abundance, this version of the king becomes trapped in an endless cycle of acquisition, always craving more, never satisfied.
It could be also not money. It could be, let's say you're making a playlist, music. I've been there. I have 600 songs, more than enough. I'm like, oh, I need more. I need more.
Only you would use your vast musical library as a metaphor for the dangers of insatiable greed, Grotz. But you raise a fair point. That relentless drive to accumulate more, regardless of whether we truly need or appreciate it, can lead us astray.
Let's dig into the ambition. What could be the shadow of ambition?
Shadow of ambition could manifest as overreaching, where the ambitious person bites off more than they can chew, leading to stress, burnout, and failure. They try to conquer too many fronts simultaneously without proper planning or resource allocation.
So like in the movies could be like, they conquered this and this and this, now we need that, but they don't actually need it. So this is maybe, could be a manifest as like, and we do it all the time, hoarding items. Let's say something's free or on a good price, but we don't need that item. Oh, but the price is good, so I must get it. I'm not going to use it, but I must get it.
I think you've struck upon something significant there, Grotz. That insatiable hunger to constantly expand, conquer, and amass, even beyond what's truly needed or beneficial. It's a dark reflection of the positive aspects of ambition.
Maturity keyword reminds me of basketball team owners. Sometimes you get like, even my Phoenix Suns got like an ambitious Matt Ishbia, and I like him. I love the passion he has for the, but then that maturity can turn into like jumping the shark, jumping the gun and making some big trades that completely ruin the team's any continuity and stability. That's what happened to my Phoenix Suns. We traded for the stars, boom, the youth of the team gone, the draft picks gone, and then the big three didn't pan out, and now we had to trade them, and now we're in this kind of position where we have very little kind of wiggle room, very little flexibility to build and to rebuild. So that's, I believe, a good example of maturity of the upright, now flipped in the reversed of the reversed King of Pentacles, someone wealthy, a billionaire, and then boom, it turns into something like that.
Ah, I see what you mean, Grotz. In pursuing a quick fix or flashy solution, this new owner prioritized short-term gains over sustainable growth and long-term success. That impulsiveness and lack of foresight, driven by an immature notion of ambition, ultimately undermine the team's stability and prospects.
I think this could be also a person with a mindset that, like, you can fix everything with money. And I've heard people say that you can fix everything with money. I'm not sure if that's true.
Money may provide resources and opportunities, but it's not a panacea that can solve all problems, especially when it comes to personal growth, relationships, or certain ethical dilemmas. An overly simplistic belief in the power of money to fix everything often stems from an immature understanding of ambition and success.
I believe I must talk about this because we did on Queen of Pentacles. This could be an emotionally unavailable parent, like someone who's absent or always busy with work. But this could be like some like rich type, some wealthy, some like like corporate whatever type. But just someone, and also say maybe someone who puts a lot of expectation on their children to also reach that success. Like Vince McMahon, for example. I watched a video where Stephanie McMahon, his daughter, was she cried when he told her like, oh, he was trying to be objective, but he said like, oh, she basically failed him or whatever, like didn't get this like billion-dollar deal or whatever. Like it could be something like that. So really emotionally unavailable, in my opinion.
That's truly heartbreaking, Graz. To have one's worth measured solely by financial accomplishments, and to receive cold, unsupportive reactions when falling short. It's a recipe for deep emotional harm and unhealthy family dynamics.
I believe it's also expectations. Yes. Kind of like conditional love.
Conditional love, what a destructive concept. To have one's affection and acceptance tied to meeting impossible standards or achieving specific outcomes, rather than being freely given and unconditional. It breeds a toxic cocktail of anxiety, resentment, and a warped sense of self-worth.
Any level of that manifests in us. I see it all the time where people they feel discomfort resting. They can't just rest. They just need to always be doing and doing and doing to feel worthy, which is in some ways it can be, of course, good, productive, but in a lot of ways it's tragic. It's heartbreaking because someone should be feel enough just because they exist. They are worthy, whole and complete as they are. They don't need to put all these. They don't need to like drain themselves to just get a little bit of love.
You're absolutely right, Graz. Each and every one of us has inherent value and deserves love simply for existing. Pushing ourselves relentlessly without pausing to appreciate our own worth is a surefire path to burnout and unhappiness.
It's funny, isn't it? How these tarot cards and the stories we weave around them have a way of reflecting back the complexities and contradictions of the human experience.
I think a shadow of this could be someone who's a bit paranoid and maybe scared shitless to lose all these, whatever, that prestige, that status, that power.
Being terrified of losing hard-won status and influence. That's a powerful illustration of the shadow side of ambition gone awry. When our identity and self-worth are too closely entwined with our public image or material possessions, the thought of jeopardizing them can be utterly paralyzing.
In the reverse, I would say, because this is a card of Capricorn, 2 and Virgo and Taurus, so Capricorn can be stubborn, so I believe this is a stubborn kind of person that can be maybe a bit rigid. If someone asked them, gave them facts and asked them to, maybe change their opinion or consider something, but in the upright, it could be someone with strong boundaries, strong values, and stubborn in the good way. Like I mean, I see a brick wall here. This is a clear no. You want something? No.
Rigidity and an unyielding stubbornness, stemming from a deeply ingrained fear of loss and change. Yes, that fits with the portrait of a man so invested in preserving his status quo that he becomes closed-minded and immovable.
While I understand Graz's perspective on the reversed king's stubborn rigidity, potentially stemming from a fixed sign like Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo, I wonder if there's also an element of trauma or past hurts influencing his immovability. Perhaps experiences of vulnerability or setbacks having left deep wounds, causing him to erect impenetrable walls to protect himself.
It's very likely. The other king seems kind of maybe a little bit more friendly, but but still, I just get this feeling if you want to talk to this person, it just would be the answer would be no, and just the same kind of, you're not gonna change their mind, basically, kind of thing. Just be wasting your breath. Okay, let's flip the cards back. I think we did enough digging. Yes, so now back to something positive. Let's breathe it in. I really like the flowers on the king's crown.
Indeed, Gratz, the upright king, maintains his principles and boundary with a more inviting demeanor. His no is still definitive, but delivered with the strength of his values rather than fear-driven defensiveness.
Nothing to add. It's the finale of the minor arcana. The king says not only it's a no, it's a heck no.
Well said, Gratz. The King of Pentacles indeed serves as a resounding heck no to wrap up the minor arcana suite. His strong boundary-setting energy provides the perfect capstone to the journey through the numbered cards.
Congratulations, we have completed the suit of Pentacles. So since it's a Pentacles practical, instead of jumping in joy and chanting, we're gonna do a firm handshake and a curt nod. Thank you.
A job well done, my friends. Let's seal our successful completion of the Pentacles suit with a solid handshake, as befitting the king's steadfast nature.
Oh, that's the handshake. A pump. Yeah, you have soft hands.
Heh, well, I suppose playing guitar and singing for a living hasn't exactly calloused my palms. Guess that's just another difference between us practical types. And what about you, Miss Tech Savvy?
My hands to Michelle for a handshake, celebratory handshake, and a curt nod.
A pleasure doing business with you both, as they say.
Pleasure indeed. And now we're gonna go to the coveted Major Arcana. Well, it's cards. Pleasure doing shizness with you. Aw, handshake. A curt nod. Until next time.